In this video, we're going to look at how you find the inverse cotangent of something. In particular, we're going to find the inverse cotangent of the square root of 3 and also the inverse cotangent of 2. Now, we're going to need the calculator for the inverse cotangent of 2, but we'll start with this one here. So, there's a formula. Inverse cotangent of any number is equal to pi over 2 minus the inverse tangent of that very same number. Now, sometimes people memorize this formula incorrectly because they think that something different belongs there because they're remembering a similar formula. But this formula is correct. Be sure you remember that there's simply an x inside the parentheses there. So the inverse cotangent of the square root of 3 would be pi over 2 minus the inverse tangent of the square root of 3. That's pi over 2 minus the inverse tangent of square root of 3 is pi over 3. And then if you do the math, you will see that pi over 2 minus pi over 3 ends up being pi over 6. And that is the answer. The final answer to that one is pi over 6. Similarly, if we wanted to find the inverse cotangent of 2, well, you need a calculator for that. We're going to do this to 5 decimal places. So that's equal to pi over 2 minus the inverse tangent of 2. And I just put all of that directly into the calculator, and the inverse, pi over 2 minus the inverse tangent of the number 2. I'm in radian mode here. And to 5 decimal places, that gives me roughly 0.46365. So that would be, to 5 decimal places, the inverse cotangent of 2. And that is how you do that. And that is the end of this recording.